Lopez, frankly, we don't really know as much about just because of the difference in competition that they fought. It's hard to know where Lopez is at, but the eyes don't deceive. I've seen him in with a certain level of opposition, and he's an explosive puncher, both in speed and power. He has that very fast twitch hand speed. He doesn't necessarily throw like big long combinations, but he's real good about getting off like 2-3 hard ones and kind of going around or following it up. He's very showboaty. But he's very versatile as well. He can kind of box on the front foot or on the back foot. There was a couple of stretches against Diego Magdaleno, where he was really doing a nice job of boxing on the back foot from the Philly shell position, kind of rolling off the shoulder, slipping punches as Magdaleno tried to come in. So he can do some of that. He's got some really nice defensive reflexes, and he has some very, very fast hands. There's no denying it. He fights pretty well out of that shoulder roll. He does. He fights pretty well out of that shoulder roll, but I also noticed that there are times where he sort of turns it off, and he doesn't entirely have his chin tucked in the front shoulder. He's more kind of lax with it, so when someone throws, he has to bring it up as opposed to just sort of rolling with the shot. And he can get hit. I mean, if he's not, to me, I see gaps where he's just a little bit switched off, and against a certain level of competition with his amount of talent, he could get away with that. That's not going to work in this fight. I can guarantee you that's not going to work. He's not going to be able to have breaks like that. It's not happening. And I feel like his feet can be a little bit stuck in the mud sometimes. I'd like to see him a little more nimble, a little more mobile. He's very muscle bound and like tight. And while his hands are really fast, I haven't seen fights where he's had to really use his feet to set something up. I've never seen a fight where he has to cut the ring off or he has to be on the back foot because there's actual danger coming at him. I just haven't seen him do it. I'm not saying he can't do it, but I just haven't seen him do it. And to me, his feet look a little stuck in the mud sometimes. And I was watching him for a little bit, and to me, he's kind of like Andre Berto. And that's a compliment. Andre Berto was a terrific fighter. But he had offensive and defensive limitations because his feet could get a little stuck. He just wasn't as mobile as his hand speed and his athleticism might suggest. And Lopez is just I just haven't seen, in the 3-4 fights of his that I've seen, I just haven't seen him like really up on his toes and looking loose, and it's all very wound up, and it's like he's ready to jump, but there isn't a lot of fluidity to it necessarily. Whereas Lomachenko is like water. He just flows around the ring. He takes what's given to him. I'm saying he's like water. It's really a Bruce Lee thing. Like, he takes the form of the cup he's given, and he's gonna fucking fill that cup up. If Lopez wants to step to him, Loma's got no problem boxing on the back foot, being smart, making him look silly. He also, I'm sure, has no problem getting on that front foot and chasing him down, because I don't know if Lopez is going to be able to stay away from him.